Might as well jump right into the top of the order here. Anheuser-Busch. I mean, the fallout here has been pretty significant. Now, as of Monday, their stock fell another 3% following the backlash. So, look, here's the thing. Anheuser-Busch, which is, of course, Bud Light and all these different beer brands, and they have a lot of beer brands. Like, if you look at the list, I'm not going to bother to name them all. You may have that list in front of you. It is a long list of brands. It is not just Bud Light. And so
it's not just people, beer.
No, yeah, exactly. They're very involved in a lot of stuff. And I do want to touch on it. So we'll make sure that we do. But for anyone who doesn't know, recently Anheuser-Busch teamed up with a transgender influencer, social media influencer named Dylan Mulvaney. And this pretty instantly resulted in huge fallout. People like, Kid Rock was out there with a machine gun shooting up his cases of Bud Light. Travis Tritt, country star Travis Tritt, already announced that he will no longer have Bud Light, at any of his tour stops. Lots of people coming out against this. So, so I just thought, let's throw it out here. I mean, we call this You Get the Horn show, and it's the reason that you get the horns because we give it to you straight. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. We're going to lay it out for you. This one is, for some people, they would probably consider this a touchy subject. I don't think we're afraid to wade into these waters. I don't know if we have fully formed opinions on it either, but it's, I thought it was worth talking about. So I don't know, man, what have you seen on this? What was your take when you started seeing all this fallout?
Yeah, it's always extreme. Everyone's take. It's either, I feel like our take's probably nobody wants because they're like we're the common sense,
right?
Like Anheuser-Busch, come on, man. Like if good on Dylan Mulvaney. First off, she I suppose that's how
I think we address the she.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen her in the past when she was a male, but she was all over the place. She was on Price is Right. She was on, I want to say, Ellen's show. Wow. So she's always been starving for fame. And then she decides, after all this, she's going to become a woman. And she, does this following of 365 days of being a woman or 30 days, it was like going through this whole thing and acting like a woman honestly would never act like some of the stuff that she does. I'm like, no woman acts like this, and if they did, everyone would be like, what is wrong with her? But here we are. So I mean, but wanted name and fame and notoriety, and now she's getting it. So I mean, good on her. I don't understand now. From what I understand, I don't know if it's like she's like the official spokesperson of Bud Light now, or they're just kind of like partnered with her. That's kind of how I kind of took it, is not like, hey, look at our new brand ambassador, Dylan Mulvaney. Right. I think it was more like, hey, we sponsor you on your YouTube channel or whatever it is. And then they made the cans with her, and of course she puts it out there, and then everyone just goes in. And apparently just some limited edition cans. I don't even remember how many, 5,000 cans, 10,000 cans or something. So like that.
Yeah, so the can thing was really interesting. And for those who don't know, so they made special Bud Light cans with Dylan Mulvaney on the can. And I guess there was maybe concern or anger that was going to start being sold. They've come out to say, Anheuser-Busch has said that they work with hundreds of influencers across our brands as one of many ways to authentically connect with audiences across various demographics and passion points. From time to time, we produce unique commemorative cans for fans and for brand influencers like Dylan Mulvaney. This commemorative can was a gift to celebrate a personal milestone and is not for sale to the general public. So Dylan Mulvaney goes on, shows off this can. Everybody freaks out thinking that this is now sold. It's not actually sold. It's just like a one-off can that, you know, that they made for this person. So it feels like it's a little bit about nothing, but you know, I don't know.
That's kind of where this is what you always have to do with social media now, and this is what I always do. I see something, I say, okay, what's the full story? Because there's always more to these stories. It's just ridiculous. So I don't care. I couldn't even tell you the last time I drank a Bud Light.
No.
Now I've drank some of their other products, which we will get into, but I've never drank a Bud Light. If Bud Light wants to have their sales plummet and people want to boycott, let them boycott. Like this, right? This is America. Isn't this what we're supposed to do? Free speech.
Yeah.
I honestly wish, this is what the government, you know, and here we are. I feel like we're becoming conspiracy theorists more and more every day when we get on these shows. But this is exactly what the government doesn't want. It doesn't. Do you understand? Like, I've often thought about this with like even football. Like, you pay these astronomical prices for these football games to watch it, to see it. If you just decided, and everyone just decided, hey, we love football, but we're done paying these prices. We're just not going to go. We're not going to. They would be forced to lower it. You don't want your quarterback making $50 million a year? Don't show up to a game.
That's it.
Don't watch the game. And everything would drop down in price, including your quarterback, right? So I love that we have these, you know, rights to be able to protest the stuff, but I listen, I don't care what Bud Light does. If they want to sponsor, you know, transgenders, if they want to sponsor You Get the Horn Show, guess what? I'm going to take your money. I don't blame Dylan Mulvaney one bit. Now, you know, we can talk about other stuff, and, you know, is this guy really just patronizing and just making fun of women at this point? You know, there's a whole other story, but guess what? Like, let him make his money. I good on him.
I mean, ultimately, if you're telling me, like, if somebody reaches out from Bud Light, well, first of all, our phones work Bud Light, so
they do.
If you want to reach out to You Get the Horn Show, like, we'll listen, and you know, there's no issue for us as far as having that conversation. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if a business wants to do business with somebody, that's their decision because that's their investment. And who's not going to take the money if you're the Dylan Mulvaney side of this? It's kind of like, okay, so I just had a massive global brand reach out to me and they want to work with me. Why would I not do that? Now, that's all totally separate from your feelings about Dylan Mulvaney, transgender people, beer
100%.
drinkers, whatever you have 100%. Thoughts about. That's completely separate from, you know, from this aspect, which is just a brand working with an influencer. And I can promise you, regardless of what you think, and I know the word influencer is thrown around nowadays and it really does not have any real meaning, but if Dylan Mulvaney did not have a following, she, I guess, would not have been hearing from Bud Light, right? That's not going to happen. Like they're reaching out because this person has a following. So
exactly, someone's interested. Now, I would question Bud Light whether or not the people following Dylan Mulvaney drinks Bud Light products.
What's the center of that Venn diagram of Dylan Mulvaney fans and Bud Light fans? I mean, I think that's where the fallout has really started to come.
I'm not sure that these people are Bud Light drinkers. And then you have the president. You know, she's coming out and of Bud Light. Her name slips my mind, but she's coming out and was like, you know, we will kind of want to get away from that frat boy party. That's your whole brand. That's what you've built your entire brand around. Cheap beer and frat boy parties. Like, this is how you make your sales. The transgender community is not sitting around after protesting and doing all these things and having these, you know, whatever they do, their shows, and sitting around drinking Bud Light. I'm hardly doubting. And you're really going after such a small percentage of people to then just upset all your regular beer customers, your beer drinkers, because hey, we want to target a different demographic. Go for it. That's completely up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it makes sense to me. I think I would probably be pushing more of the, the frat boy, the backwoods people that
Right.
sit around and drink cases of Bud Light,
You hear
And
Bud
for all
Light
these
referenced
people,
all the time in country songs and stuff like that.
that's
I
exactly
mean,
it. And then I didn't even bother to look it up, but so I stop at one of the ABC stores in North Carolina because I was trying to find the bourbon that I can never find, Buffalo Trace.
I was just saying,
And
I know
so,
which one this is.
so I'm in there looking around for it, and some guy comes in just stark raving mad. Like like I had to jump and look, and he's like, where's your local whiskey? I am done with Jack Daniels. And I was like, oh no, what'd Jack do?
Yeah,
So apparently now there's something. I saw another video where someone was just dumping out bottles upon bottles of Jack Daniels. And I'm like, you already paid for it, right?
Yeah.
So,
You're not. It's like we talked about a while back when people burning their Tony Romo jerseys and their Dak Prescott jerseys and all this stuff. It's like,
right.
come on, man, you bought it. The money's already been given to them. You're the one missing out.
Right.
Don't buy more. Don't buy more, but don't destroy what you have.
Oh my gosh. So I found this thing on the top 10 boycott Bud Light states. This was according to a study by Cookout News. Do you want to guess anyone in the top 10?
Top 10 boycott Bud Light states. So these are the top 10 states that people want to boycott Bud Light.
So now apparently there's a study by Cookout News, though, I guess, based on hashtags and based on, where those hashtags came from or where these people were tweeting from. I don't know if it's all tweets. It just seems like, I don't know why Cookout News needed to do this. I guess it's a slow news week, but yeah.
Not a lot of cookouts yet.
No, not a lot of
okay, so top 10 states currently looking to boycott Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw one out. Can I see Tennessee on the board? Tennessee.
Survey says number 6.
Hey, there we go. Nice. Number 6. I'll take that. All right. Feeling good. How about, can I get, let me see. How about Kentucky? Is Kentucky on the list?
Can I see Kentucky? Meh.
Oh, no.
Kentucky's not on the list. You got one strike.
Wow. Okay, this one hurts. Can I see Mississippi on the list? Good Lord. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go to the other end of the spectrum. I was going to say, I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum then. I'm going to go Texas.
You're struck out. You got 3 strikes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 10, Ohio.
Oh.
Number 9, actually, it really shocked me, I guess. Maybe it shouldn't, but number 9 was New Hampshire.
New Hampshire? They're just bored. 8. I guess they just boycott whatever.
So, yeah. There's a boycott? Sign me up. Number 8 was North Dakota. Number 7 was Wyoming. Number 6 that you got was Tennessee. Number 5, Nevada. Number 4, Missouri. Number 3, which I thought you would get, was Florida. Number 2 was Arizona.
Interesting.
And number 1 was Utah.
Wait, I think Utah was boycotting Bud Light way before this controversy ever happened.
Apparently they
Utah's
really
been decades into their Bud Light controversy.
Yeah.
Talking about jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, they just jumped in. So, yeah. There you have it.
They're like, we've been telling you for years. You need to boycott Bud Light. Wow.
Oh, so yeah, we did talk about a little bit about the brands under Bud Light. So
yeah, throw them out there because I know there's a ton of them.
So yeah, we're gonna turn this into a 2-hour Bud Light show, but or Anheuser Busch show, I guess we should say. So Budweiser, Bud Light, Kona Brewing Company,
Ooh, I
Michelob
like Kona.
Ultra. Yeah, I like Kona too.
Yeah.
Michelob Ultra, Stella Artois, Estrella Jalisco, Bush Beer, Natural Light, Land Shark, Presidente, Hoegaarden, Shock Top, and then their craft beers, 10 Barrel Brewing Company, Appalachian Mountain Brewery, Blue Point, Breckenridge Brewery, Cisco Brewers, Devil's Backbone, which we
Uh-huh.
frequented
Oh
on
yes.
many of occasion, uh, Elysian, Four Peaks, Golden Road, Goose Island, Carbach, Omission, Platform, Red Hook, Square Mile Cider, Veza Sur, Virtue Cider, Wicked Weed, which we've also
Oh
visited quite a few
yes.
times, Windermere Brothers, Winwood Brewing, and then they go into beyond their beers, Babe, Cutwater Spirits, Highball Energy, Neutral, and Rita's.
Wow.
So if you're going to ban one or you're going to boycott
That's
one,
right.
boy, you've got a
Wow.
lot of boycotting to do.
That's right.
chances are, you are drinking something made from
Yeah.
Anheuser-Busch. So
Yeah, I poured water, and I think my water may have come out of the refrigerator from Anheuser-Busch, fresh from a mountain stream.
yeah. Oh, that's
Wow.
funny. Which brought up another thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
just words, right? So, boycott.